Welcome to episode 46 of Reboot franchise, a franchise which seems to be trying to tear itself apart at the seams. I don't understand. This is a Cloud League. The exact reason why I had a problem with accidentally simming a game is the exact reason why I don't understand how last week we played against the Lions, we beat the Lions. After that game, I then went and took a look at stats, so it's not like I accidentally quit out of it or anything like that right at the end of the game. It 100% registered it, and then we come back, week 9, and the game hasn't been played, apparently. Cloud League, I can't do anything except for load this one single file. So there's no other files, nothing else I can do, so I do not understand what is going on with that. What we'll do is we'll force a win, we'll sim this game, and we'll move on to next week. We get to probably scout the same players I already scouted again as well if I already used the points. I don't remember that right now. But let's just get on with it. So taking a look at the right guards right now, and plenty of good players here. Well, plenty of potentially good players here. That's what I see right now. So I said potentially plenty of good right guards. Well, actually, in terms of what we're looking for, and obviously we don't have the combine results because the bench press matters too, but the only guy that fits our criteria is Javier Holt here. So now, I don't know what obviously happened in this last game against the Lions in terms of stats. We looked at the halfway point stats according to the last time we actually played that game, and that's what we'll keep in our head for now. But we're gonna go play this game against the Broncos. It's at Mile High. It's gonna be a tough game. But let's take a look at the Broncos. I'm sure they've changed a lot. Now, I feel like this is a team we haven't played against, or at least haven't played against in a while, and their quarterback is Trevor Siemian, an 85 overall now. The running back, Kenneth Dixon, 85 overall. CJ Anderson still on the team with an 84 overall. Andy Janovich, he's an ex-Fire Sale franchise player, 91 overall at fullback. Then the receiver, Carlos Henderson, 93 overall. No, I think we did play against them because I seem to remember getting burnt by Carlos Henderson. Then the next best player, Tywan Taylor, with the 86 overall, and then Josh Doxson with an 83 overall. A pretty interesting collection of wide receivers they've got themselves here. Jake Butt, 82 overall, their tight end. Then left tackle, Garrett Bowles, 89 overall, the left guard. Frederick Corzin, a second-year player, 76 overall, not great. The 87 overall. Then Dan Feeney on the team, 91 overall at right guard. And Bobby Hart, 83 overall at right tackle. Then Gabriel Leves, the 91 overall third-year player. If I remember Leves correctly, either he was the first overall pick or, was the guy they said should have been the first overall pick. Then Luis Darius is a second-year player, 86 overall. So a lot of drafted guys right now. And then Malik Collins, 85 overall. And then Von Miller, 99 overall. The middle linebackers, Brandon Marshall and Cody Bowler. I'm just assuming it's still going to be a 3-4 if Von Miller is there at the outside linebackers spot. 84 overall for Brandon Marshall. Starting to slow down there with a 78 overall speed. Shane Ray, 87 overall, the other outside linebacker. Then the cornerbacks. Chris Harris Jr., 94 overall, still going strong. Marvin Gooden, 86 overall, not bad. Bernard Gray, a rookie, 81 overall. We would have loved a rookie like that. I just cannot find cornerbacks for the life of me. We used all of our cornerback finding luck on Jameson Nicholson a year ago and haven't found one since. Butter Baker, the free safety, 84 overall, and Will Pax, the strong safety, 83 overall. Those are the Broncos. And now let's go and put, 400 yards with David Johnson on him. It's not every game that a fullback is highlighted before the game, but they know the value of a returning Fire Sale franchise player. And the Broncos start straight away with a run, which doesn't get much. On a 3rd and 3, they look to pass for the first down, which they get. Peters in on the tackle there. 2nd and 1, looking to pass, but a great rush by Hunter Washington. The man, of course, the best blitzing middle linebacker in the NFL. They go for a completion here for the first down, but it's forced out. Fumble recovered by Marlon Humphrey. It was Rashad Peters in that forced it. And just take a look at the hit. Forces the ball out. Rashad Peters, come on. At some point, you've got to just recognize the guy is the best free safety in the NFL. And you can see it right here. Josh Doxson with the catch. The ball just forced out on a perfect hit. Marlon Humphrey able to recover. So we have the ball now, and Vandiak looking to pass. Goes over the middle to George Connor for the first down. 2nd and 10 now at the 41-yard line. Back to pass again. Throwing this one deep again for Connor. The catch stopped at the 2-yard line, and now we see a little bit of a wildcat here. Tariq Cohen fakes the handoff almost stopped behind the line, instead takes it into the end zone after breaking the tackle. Tariq Cohen, of course, very hard to just get a hold of with his quick speed, and he gets into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. So the Broncos with the ball back now, and Simeon moving all over the place, getting taken down there for a sack. 3rd and 12, and going down the seam for not just a completion, this looks like it's going to be a touchdown. Not a great play there. A couple of guys caught sleeping, and they get a touchdown, tie it all up at 7 apiece here, but David Johnson receiving, showing exactly what he can do there, taking that for much more than just a first down. 2nd and 9, Van Dijk in some trouble, takes the sack, couldn't see anybody open, and so we had to punt the ball away. The Broncos back with it, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line, going deep downfield, and it's caught in what looked like triple coverage. We'll see it was actually just double coverage with Carlos Henderson. We cannot stop the guy. I remembered him because he burns us, and there again in double coverage. And then a third guy coming in, he holds on to it, but Trevor Siemian there in some trouble. Hunter Washington picking up his 2nd sack of the game in the first half, his 10th of the season. And now we have the ball here. After they got a field goal, we get a 62-yard field goal, of course, not a thing at Mile High. And then David Johnson with the ball here, 2 minutes left in the first half. 1st and 10 now from the 12-yard line, under a minute left to play. The pass to David Johnson gets stopped just short on the 1-yard line, and then we finish it off here. We have to take a look at an alternate angle here because the first one messed up, but David Johnson running in, bounces off the defenders, and then takes it into the end zone. What can this man not do? The answer is very little. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Simeon throwing across his body, but for the reception. They get the first down. We're in the second half. Of course, we started with a possession we did nothing with, and now the Broncos looking to punish us for that, getting stopped at the 1-yard line. Just inches left to go, and then they go and fight it in. And look who it is. It's the ex-Fire Sale franchise player. How often have fullbacks scored touchdown on us? Very, very rarely, but Janovich gets one here in this game. 3rd and 3, we're going for a screen here for David Johnson, an expert in pretty much making the first man miss and making the second guy struggle. And now on 1st and 10, looking to run that ball, getting the first down. 3rd and 4 now, looking for a conversion here to keep this drive going, trying to get a touchdown. We get it to Tariq Cohen here, who almost manages to get into the end zone, stopped just short there. 1st and goal now from the 2-yard line. Van Dijk just buying a little bit of time for George Connor to run that slant, and he does that, gets a touchdown. Now the score 24-17. It's a close game here in the 4th quarter. The Broncos moving downfield. Trevor Siemian with the play action, time in the pocket, going deep. His receiver catches the ball. Again, we cannot stop them right now. These receivers just playing out of their skin, and they get the touchdown there on a rush. And now 24-24, 5 minutes left in the game. Ashley Stokes to return this one. Stokes has got a chance here. Kurt Weeks just doesn't make that block. Kurt Weeks makes that block, and it's a touchdown. It's not what happens. 1st and 10 now. David Johnson with the spin move, fighting through the next guy. David Johnson will not be stopped. A total of 5 guys had to be involved in that one. Spun away from the first one, ran through the second, and then it takes a 3-man team to bring him down. 2nd and 9, a completion there to Ashley Stokes for the first down. 1st and 10, 17-yard line. Van Dijk with some time, starting to run out, and he gets hit. If he got rid of that one sooner, might have been okay, but there was just no one open that he saw anyway. 3rd and 21, and Ashley Stokes with the catch on the sideline. It will be reviewed, and they will call it a catch. I'm not too sure myself, but hey, what they call, they call. And now David Johnson will not be stopped and gets into the end zone. 1 man tried, a 2nd man tried, a 3rd man had a chance, but none of them stopped him, scoring 6. 31-24 the score now. A final Hail Mary here, which is tipped and caught, and they go into the end zone. Not only is that a touchdown on a Hail Mary, it's that player's first career touchdown reception. It's Carlos Henderson who taps it up. He has 2 attempts on the catch, makes it, and now we get a very interesting camera angle here. The cameraman very interested in this guy, and now seems to, I don't know what happened there. I think the cameraman has passed out or something. Basically what happened is the game froze and I had to restart it here. So now we're in overtime. We've got the ball to begin with, and we're trying to move it downfield. A pass there to Ashley Stokes puts us in field goal position already. 2nd and 9, and we're sacked. Maybe takes us just outside of field goal. We're back to the 31, 4th and 9. We get it. And of course, we saw the Browns game. That means we win the game. No, it doesn't. Now the Broncos get a second chance, which we never got, and they get a big completion there. That's dangerous. Trevor Siemian now back to pass. Looking for a running back, getting the running back who's making people miss, making a lot of people miss. Very important we bring him down here. They get a field goal. It's okay. We get another chance. They get a touchdown. This game is over, and they win. So we have to stop him here. 3rd and inches, and it's exactly what we managed to do. We managed to stop them 34-34. We've got less than 2 minutes left now. Now a field goal will win this game, but we're not going to need it as Ashley Stokes turns on the burners. Ashley Stokes loses the ball in the end zone, but recovers it himself and will win this game. A little bit of drama there at the end as we could have lost it, but we win. I have never in my life seen a more ridiculous finish to a game. That was absolutely insane. Now, of course, there's plenty of places where we could have been better, but I think this game just came down to multiple instances of chance. Chance controlled this game. Now, of course, technically, you are responsible for fumbles and things like that, but it's chance that, he fumbles and picks it up himself. It's chance that the ball gets tipped on their Hail Mary, it's caught and taken in for a touchdown. And some of our plays potentially chance as well. What you can see here is that Tariq Cohen had an attempt. It didn't end up making it in the highlights because it didn't find the guy. But we had that one play with him in the Wildcat and tried a couple of times. It just didn't work out after that one time. But he did get a touchdown. But Philip Van Dijk had a good day today. 329 yards, 1 touchdown, 83% completion percentage. Very, very good day. David Johnson, 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tariq Cohen, of course, the 1 touchdown with the broken tackle involved. 10 broken tackles by David Johnson. Like, it wasn't even a run where he did his craziest thing. It was a reception where he then had an incredible run. But, pretty good there from everybody. Then George Connor, 6 receptions, 97 yards, 1 touchdown. David Johnson, 5, 64. Ashley Stokes, 5, 129. Kurt Weeks, 2 for 21. Tariq Cohen, 1 for 13. Kendrick Ellis, 1 for 5. Everybody getting involved on that one. And then defensively, Rashad Peters, please just make this man Defensive Player of the Year already. He is so good. Starts this game off so strong. We'll first take a look at the sacks. Hunter Washington with 2. Make this guy Defensive Player of the Year already. We've got the best defensive players in the NFL. No interceptions, of course, but we did get that 1 forced fumble by Rashad Peters, recovered by Marlon Humphrey. This defense just has too many studs on it, that is without a doubt, and that's why we were able to win this game 40-34. Actually, it wasn't necessarily because of the defense. I shouldn't let him get down for another field goal, and let's talk about the fact. And the first thing I did, right, so let's talk about the fact that when we played against the Browns and it was overtime and the Browns started with the ball, went down, scored a field goal, and the game finished with 2 minutes left, the first thing I did was go straight back to that video. I was like, there is no way that, I accidentally let the clock expire, and that's... No, legitimately, they just let them score the first field goal and finish the game. We do the exact same thing, and they go, maybe we'll give the Broncos a chance this time. I don't understand how it can have 2 different things happening in 2 different games, but on the same version of the game, the same save file, no major updates, I don't think, in between then. But I don't understand, but it doesn't matter because we win anyway. Now, they did outdo us on offense, and we've got to get better. We're good, but we're not good enough. And we're not good enough in the Madden universe of the NFL either, where, numbers are a little bit bigger. We've got to get better. So let's finish off our scouting here with the right tackles. We can get everybody's... Oh, accidentally did him, but that's fine, because probably should have done that anyway, although he's not good enough for us. But what we're looking for here with the right tackle is a B or better in pass block and run block, and then the next one only has to be a C, and then again the bench press. So all of these guys we can take a look at, but straight away, there we go, there's 1 and 2. He can actually be put on the list, the first guy we can actually put on the list. There again, we can put something, there we go, right tackle. There's actually good players here. Plenty of guys we can add to the list, of course. It will depend now. No, added him a bit early. We've got to take a look. There we go. We can add him anyway. So we'll, of course, we'll definitely take him. 3rd round, a 2nd round projection. Yes, please. Unfortunately, not there. I've slightly started to just press buttons. So many good right tackles. Of course, it will depend on their bench press, which has to be over 30 reps, but I'm sure at least some of them will have that. Now, we can move on to next week, where we'll be playing against the Chiefs. So we're staying in the AFC West. And let's see what kind of team they have now. So these Chiefs are 4-5, and they are led by Patrick Mahomes, but also have Jimmy Garoppolo on the team. So explain that one to me, I don't know. Spencer Ware, their running back, 87 overall. Then behind them, Carol Seals, a rookie, 82 overall. The fullback, Marcus Wilkerson, also a rookie, 83 overall. The wide receivers, Kelvin Benjamin, 85. Amaro Darbo, 81 overall, and then Heath Jervey, 72 overall. So it drops off quite significantly there. Then the tight end, still Travis Kelce. He may be on a downturn. I'm not exactly sure with that 97 overall, but the 79 speed, I think they're slowly starting to, take him down with his age a little bit. He's not even that old, I just think that's what they're doing to him. Tyler Briggs, the left tackle, a third-year player, 92 overall. The left guard, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, 81 overall. The center, Mitch Morse, 85 overall, still on the team. Caleb Johnson, right guard, 80 overall. And then the right tackle is Wade Bartell, fourth-year player, 80 overall. The left end, Michael Pierce, 90 overall. Of course, an ex-player of ours. The right end is Lawrence Addison, a fourth-year player, 83 overall. The defensive tackle, Carlos Watkins, 79 overall. Not that great if they're playing a 4-3. Richard Vandermeide is also there, 77 overall. The left outside linebacker, so they're playing a 3-4. Justin Houston, still a 94 overall. Just that speed again. A couple of these guys on this team, the speed's not the highest, but of course that doesn't really matter. Ramik Wilson, 83 overall, and Kameli Correa. So they've got a couple of our players, and I think I was aware of that beforehand. 83 and 81 overall, and then D Ford, 80 overall on the other outside position. Then Marcus Peters, the 99 overall. Of course, we've got to watch out for this guy. And Philip Van Dijk's been doing very well recently, actually, looking after the ball. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I did see for the first time, I think, maybe ever, we've got a positive turnover differential, and we want to keep that this game. Then the next guy, Chidobe Awuzie, 86 overall. Bradley Roby, 81 overall. So not bad there with the cornerbacks. Jimmy Ward, the free safety, 83 overall. And Eric Berry still around, 91 overall. Plenty of players to look out for on the Chiefs, but like I said, we're still trying to get better on offense. So we're straight into the game here, and we start with a little bit of silence from the crowd due to some technical errors, so we won't hear any game sounds, but they get a big run there on their first run of the game. 1st and 10 now from the 40. They go in play action. Patrick Mahomes rolling to the right, throwing it deep over the middle, but it's picked off by Rashad Peters, who got under it. Rashad Peters now returning it, looking to get away from the quarterback, gets tackled by him, but a good return from Peters, and we start this game off in the Wildcat with David Johnson fighting for those yards, getting stopped just 2 yards short. And now we're going for a quick pass here. Philip Van Dijk, the receiver. Philip Van Dijk getting the first down, getting out of contact, going downfield, will not be stopped. Van Dijk imitating David Johnson out there. And now 1st and 10. David Johnson thought he was going to have to truck the safety, didn't, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. We join the team again at the 20-yard line now. And David Johnson takes that 16 yards right to the 4-yard line. We lose a couple of yards. And now you saw that right. That's David Johnson with the pass to Kurt Weeks. We're up 14-0, 22 seconds left in this first quarter. Patrick Mahomes looking to run, but Rashad Bass comes out of coverage and takes him down for a sack. 2nd and 8 now, under some pressure, but he gets the ball out to Travis Kelce, who was able to get in between the zones here, gets the first down. 3rd and 2 now, Patrick Mahomes back to pass, plenty of time back there, reception, and they call it a touchdown. It is eventually overturned, and then they go for the option here. Everybody bites on it, and Mahomes is into the end zone. Score now 14-7, and Van Dijk there under some trouble, under some pressure. 3rd and 19, and we're going safe here, trying to let Tariq Cohen maybe make some plays. He doesn't get the first down, but it was a valiant effort, and now 1st and 10, it's a sack. Again, Patrick Mahomes under pressure, Philip Van Dijk under pressure, but he gets one out here to George Connor, who has the catch. But we were just trying to potentially get something there right before the half finish. And now we join our team again at the 8-yard line. Philip Van Dijk losing the ball. We do manage to recover it, but we had to settle for a field goal. 3rd and 12 now for the Chiefs, and they are sacked. Patrick Mahomes goes down again. Tyus Bowser with his 2nd sack in the game. So we have the ball back now. 10 minutes left in the game. Van Dijk's nowhere to throw that ball until it was too late, and he gets sacked. 1st and 10 now for the Chiefs. Right now just swapping possessions back and forth, but they get a first down here. Big one over the middle. 1st and 10, Mahomes back to pass, rolling out to the right, but he gets sacked. It's Tyus Bowser with a 3rd sack of the game. 1st and 10 now. Mahomes looking to pass, not seeing anybody, stepping up and basically sacking himself on his running back. 3rd and 7 now, 23-yard line, and it's a completion there to Jarvie. The 3rd-string running back gets the touchdown. It's Gilbert Turner in coverage there, and we expect better from him. And now Trayvon Bromley gets it here from a Wildcat, fighting to just gain no yards, but he fought hard for those no yards gained. The Chiefs have the ball back. 1st and 10, it's another sack. 3rd and 6 now, it's another sack. Tyus Bowser with his 4th of the game. 1st and 10 from the 44 now for Mahomes, going deep over the middle, or rather down the seam, and it's a catch by Jarvie. Gilbert Turner was the man in coverage again, but he was completely free, as we'll see here. Nobody in that view to see whatsoever, and Gilbert Turner's just jogging after the men. We will end up talking about this after the game to see what went wrong on that play, but now the offense has a chance to get back here as we are down 4 points, and a fumble there by Philip Van Dijk. 4th and 20, huge play. gets it to his receiver, who doesn't make the catch, and now the Chiefs will just have a final run here to run out the clock, and we lose the game. I'll admit it, what we did in that game is we did too much basically experimenting. We saw one kind of thing worked against and the Wildcat worked, and we tried to do that a little bit more. You know, we really don't do it a lot, so the fact we started doing that, you know, we tried it 5 times passing with David Johnson, really wasn't the best idea. But if I have to defend the play calling whatsoever, normal passing wasn't going that well. Look, 19 attempts, 57% completion percentage, 89 yards. That's obviously not great. The only touchdown thrown today was by David Johnson. Rushing, David Johnson 107 yards, Philip Van Dijk with a couple of rushes as well, Trayvon Bromley with a few, receiving, George Connor with 3 for 26, Kurt Wiggs 3 for 29, David Johnson 3 for 16, Philip Van Dijk 2 for 12, Tariq Cohen 2 for 22, you know, just not a lot going on there. So it was 100% down to the fact we just didn't run our game that we normally do, and that is our fault. But also, our game that we normally do wasn't really working. Running was working, obviously. David Johnson got 100 yards, but we could have done a lot better. Let's see what we did here. Interceptions. One by Rashad Peters. You know, Rashad Peters, we all know about him. Now, what I'm disappointed in is Gilbert Turner. I don't know what happened. You know, there is no reason for him to be 8 steps behind a guy he's covering in 0 man, so there's no safety or anything. There's no reason he shouldn't be at least with him, and that guy wasn't very fast either. I remember looking at him, he had 88 speed. He was the 3rd best receiver on the team, and Gilbert Turner lost him. Once he lost him on and out, like a corner, someone crossed between that. That's just, you know, losing someone in route running. But on a streak, he was 8 steps behind him. I don't know if he was injured, out of energy. I don't know what was wrong with him, but Gilbert Turner doesn't do that usually. And I don't know why he did it in this game. There we go. This is the final play. Gilbert Turner's got his one man here, Jarvie. Why does he lose him? So he's going with him. It's just a streak. Look, why? Everybody, look at Casey Jacobs. He's ahead of him because he recognizes what it is. He goes with him. Let's take a look at, I can bet you Marlon Humphrey's doing the same, ahead of him. Again here, the safety, Peters ahead of him. Why? Gilbert Turner has to have been injured or something here, because look at him. He doesn't do the same as everyone else. He's just jogging down the field. Lets his men run past him. He's not. I said he was 8 steps behind him. He's over. I just can't. It's crazy that one of our best players, you know, the guy who turns up, does this. And it's got to be, he had to have been low on energy, but then he should have been substituted automatically. If he was injured, he should have. There's no reason for him to be on the field doing this. At least keep up with the man. But I don't know. You know, you can't blame any game on one play, even though we lost 24-17 and that was a final touchdown. But you can't blame it on that play. I just don't know what happened there. That is it for this episode. We've only got a few more left before we're back in the playoffs, which, you know, we're primed for it. We tried something in this one. We saw that David Johnson can literally do everything. And I mean everything. He's a receiver, he's a runner, he's a passer. He's now got a passing touchdown on his resume. If this guy's not getting MVP at the end of the season, I don't know what is wrong with the world. But, you know, this team is one primed for the playoffs. And I'm talking about playoffs because it's the only thing that can really help you, you know, forget about a silly loss like this. Is the fact that you know where you're headed, and it's to the big game. Not this game, the big one.